But you talked about trading back, and this draft, it's been reported, it's been confirmed, it's just not that deep. So what a year to have only 4 picks, and the value is insane because you got some top,
they're all third round and less. Yeah, they're all the top rounds. None
so I mean, as far as trading back, I don't want them to do that. I want
what about
chip.
You wouldn't even trade back one like last year?
I guess if the receivers aren't there. If the receivers aren't there.
No, but think about this. Imagine this is what I saw this. I can't remember where I saw this.
Who's at 10?
Jets. Jets are right behind us. But let's say someone wants to jump in front for quarterback. Let's say, for example, everyone says JJ McCarthy all the way to 4, right? Let's say that's not the case because there's a good possibility that he doesn't go that high. Someone jumps up for him at 9, or people are talking about Michael Penix,
Minnesota,
who I love. Someone jumps up at 9 to get him, and we move back 1 or 2. Right? Let's just say we go to 11. I don't know who's at 11. Is that Minnesota?
It's Minnesota.
Actually, that is Minnesota. So let's say we do that. Jets are most likely, a lot of them are saying Brock Bowers or a lineman because that's what they need. They need offensive line. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, I would go.
So let's say they do that.
They got to protect Rodgers.
You're right. So let's say they don't go. They're most likely not going to go wide receiver. So someone comes up to 9 to get the quarterback. Let's say Minnesota. They get JJ McCarthy at 9. We go to 11. We can still get our wide receiver. Would you? That would be perfect. And you'd probably pick up like a third. That's that. So like the trade, I don't want a big jump because that means we're definitely missing out on that top tier, right? But if you're telling me we move back like 1 or 2, Jets doesn't make sense. But we move back 2 to the Minnesota, I could do that.
Yeah, I mean it's possible. I mean for me, if Rome's there, you take him. I just wouldn't mess around like that. But I see it. You love in a perfect world if that were to happen.
Yeah, who knows?
Awesome.
Yeah,
Throw me in there. But for me, Minnesota, it's like we've heard talk about Justin Jefferson. We've talked. They have Jordan Addison. They like to draft receivers. They know how to do it too.
You think they would do a? You think they
I don't know.
Wide receiver 3?
But they've talked. Crazy. I mean, Sam Darnold. How much help does he need? Right? Like as far as ridiculous. That would be ridiculous if they trot him out there. I saw that report about Minnesota doing that. But you're right. Maybe they go in there if a quarterback slips all the way to 9, like a McCarthy, or for some god reason they like somebody else. But I think McCarthy would be the only likelihood.
Most likely,
just because I think the other 3 are going. You got Jaden Daniels, Drake May, like you mentioned.
Yeah, I think they're going
to Chicago. But Minnesota, I would just be shocked because like at the same time you say you trade and they want to take somebody, but say for some reason you get an offer from somebody like Buffalo Bills, where I know they don't have a lot of picks, but next year and the following year they could really load up and be like, oh wait, don't throw the card in yet. We'll throw the house for number 9 to go get Rome Odunze or something like that.
Man, they needed to.
There's certain things you never know how to draft. You just never know. And I think there's a really cool video talking about how I think there's a GM. Who is that GM working the phones?
The Cardinals.
On Twitter. The Cardinals GM just working the phones. Like that's what happened. Like the phones are going to be going crazy. Yeah. Those top 15 picks. And so for me, the movement there is just too risky. And I would just say if there was a gift, like we talked about that comment earlier, if we are gifted Rome Odunze or a Malik Neighbors, you take them. You turn just like on pick number 1 where the Bears are just going to go in there. They probably wrote the card. They already wrote it down, and they're going to turn it in.
NFL's going to make us wait for that one.
I hope not. That would be hilarious.
That's what they do, though. They always do that. We're going to have to wait, like not all the way.
Yeah, but we'll be celebrating beforehand. It will be reports out of Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport. The Bears are drafting Caleb Williams, and then
no one should be shocked anyways.
But for me, I think that's what you have to do if any of those guys are available. So
all three are gone.
But my rankings.
If someone wants to trade up for 9, you'd go for that, and then you can answer that.
Oh no, I agree. Yeah, if someone wants to trade and you can guarantee me we still get a receiver like that, sure. But I think that's gonna be tough. There's rumors about them going earlier,
so many at this time. I don't even know what to believe, to be honest. It's just, I mean, a lot of it again is projection. We know these guys do not know what each NFL team's board is like. That I wish we knew that. I mean, it wouldn't make any sense, but it would help like us pick like, oh, it makes sense that this trade would make sense because the value, because we know they expect X person to be here, but we're going in blind like everybody else. We'll just have to wait and see.